It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Today, two outstanding middle schools here to play our game. We're looking for the last of the Final Four in this year's middle school competition. Could be one of these two schools. Let's meet them right now. First from Samuel Ogle Middle School, would you please say hello to Grant Heineke, Nana Safo Mutsa, and Bryce Jeffrey. And from Walker Mill Middle School, would you please welcome to the Science Bowl Olu Adamaloyi, Angel Atuna, and Daniel Nguyen. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here on the Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with the easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points, the tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points apiece. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds, one of these talented, good-looking teams will come back to play our game again and perhaps become that last of the Final Four in the middle school competition. Let's make sure everything works properly. Let's go over and test everything out. Nana, would you try the red team's buzzer? Looks A-OK. Good luck to you and to Bryce and to Grant. And Angel, give it a push. Also looking and sounding good. Good luck to you and to Olu and to Daniel. Are you ready to do this today? Yeah, everyone looks a little bit nervous. You shouldn't be. As I told them earlier, they need to feel like they've already won because they're here representing their schools, and that's a real privilege. All right, we go alphabetically, S before W, so Samuel Ogle and Nana, let's play this bowl.
Body systems for 15, please.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, the new rating for high levels of this is 130/80. Samuel Ogle?
High blood pressure.
High blood pressure, absolutely. 130/80. It used to be 140, so that makes it even tougher to stay within the normal limits. Good start. Go, Nana.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. A multiple choice question. Teams, if light is directed at a glass ball, a solid sphere, does it reflect, refract, or diffract? Correct answer is it diffracts. It goes around. It doesn't get bounced off, and it doesn't change direction as it would if it was going into a different medium like water. Okay, no points. Try again, red.
Zoo Parade for 10.
Zoo Parade for 10 points, and keep in mind, if you guess and you get it wrong, you don't lose any points. Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, these birds have such short digestive systems that the vegetation they eat isn't completely digested when it comes out. So these birds that we find on golf courses don't lay golden eggs, but rather messy poop. Ogle.
Geese.
Specifically, more information.
The Canada goose.
That's it, the Canadian geese. They're all over the place. They're pests. They used to migrate, but now there's so much food around here. They love those golf courses, yeah. And no matter how hard you try not to step in that poop, you always seem to do it. Go, red. Good.
Science Potpourri for 10.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, the Toy Hall of Fame. Did you know there was a Toy Hall of Fame? Recently, they inducted 3 new members: the board game Clue, the Wiffle Ball, and this thing that kids have been floating across classrooms since time immemorial. Nana. What you got?
Paper airplane.
That's exactly right. The paper airplane is now in the Toy Hall of Fame. Yeah, you always do it when the teacher's not looking, but we know who did it. Go red.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. All right, teams, there are two kinds of trees, softwoods and hardwoods. Softwood trees, the pulp from them is used for making paper. And those kinds of trees are conifers. The hardwood trees that are used for making furniture are known as these kinds of trees. What's the opposite of a conifer? Samuel Ogle. What you got?
Deciduous.
That's it, good, yeah. You're coming up with these answers. You're kind of tentative in your answering, but you've been right thus far. 95 to 50, red team go.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade for 15 points. Teams, this is an interesting question. Think about this. Cows, reindeer, and wildebeest, maybe in an attempt to confuse predators, are species in which both the male and the female have these. Walker Mill.
Children.
What's that?
Children.
Not children, no. In an attempt to confuse predators, cattle, reindeer, wildebeest are species in which both the male and the female have these.
Horns.
Horns, that's right, yeah. So the predator thinks that they're all males and maybe I just can't, this isn't an easy kill. Yeah, good, red.
Dayline science for 10.
Dayline science for 10 points. Teams, you've heard of a supernova. A supernova is a star that explodes. Normally when it explodes, game over. But there is a star up there right now that's exploded twice, and it looks like it's going to explode a third time. It is an undead star, so they call it this kind of star. Ogle.
Zombie star.
Yeah, Grant knew that one. It's a zombie star. You can't kill it. Go red.
Let's get physical. Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. All right, teams. The Leonid meteor showers, which you can see around here, originate in the Leo what? The group of stars that looks like a lion. Walker Mill.
The constellation.
Say it again.
The constellation.
Constellation. Yeah, you're going to have to talk a little louder for me. Good answer. Thank you, and thank you, Dan. Good. Green, go.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, what body part precedes the word racking to describe how you feel being on Science Bowl? Nana.
Nerve.
It's nerve-wracking. Yeah, your heart beats a little faster, you get sweaty palms. We're going to let you relax for a moment. We've come to the end of the first round. Samuel Ogle's at 125, Walker Mill is at 65, and we'll be right back with the second part of our show. Don't go away. Welcome back to Scienceville. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. This is our 32nd year here on the Science Bowl with Prince George's School students, elementary and middle, and we're always proud of them. They always bring a lot of talent here and a lot of personality. Let's find out about each one of them. Let's go first to Samuel Ogle, and then let's find out about your school. Where is Samuel Ogle?
Well, Samuel Ogle's in Bowie.
It's in Bowie, absolutely. And at one time it was an elementary school, and I know your school, when it was an elementary school, won the county championship, and I know you'd like to win it for the first time as a middle school. Tell me who your principal is.
Miss Marshall is our principal.
Out there rooting for you. And who's the sponsor of your team?
Miss Pumphrey.
Miss Pumphrey, and she's a new sponsor. I know Miss Maxwell used to be, so Karen, thank you for all that you've done to get your team ready to be here today. And Nana, you had 2 alternates on your team. Can you give us their first names?
Alicia and Britnum.
And they'll be out in a few moments with Miss Pumphrey here. Tell me, Nana, something about Samuel Ogle that you think everybody watching should know. Brag about your school. What are some neat things there?
I think something that we should be proud about is our diversity. There's a lot of people, a lot of different cultures and races at our school, and I think it helps develop a good atmosphere.
Boy, that's a wonderful observation, and diversity is really what our county and our country is all about. That's what it was founded on. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to do someday?
When I grow up, I want to go to medical school to become a neurosurgeon.
Neurosurgeon, that's right. We were talking about Dr. Ben Carson, famed neurosurgeon up in Baltimore. You're a good captain. You're very level-headed. I like how you're doing your job here today. Keep it up. Bryce, nice to have you here today. Bryce, you told me you wanted to be a professor someday?
Yes.
Yeah. What got you interested in being a professor? Not just a teacher. You want to go to the college level, right?
Well, I've always been interested in the field I want to pursue, biology, and it would feel good to teach other students who are just as passionate as I am.
Absolutely right. And by the time you get there, you'll have plenty of other experiences so you can share what you know and what you've done, and that gives you some cred with your students there. Tell me what you do in your spare time.
In my spare time, I do a lot of drawing and watch documentaries.
Yeah, watching documentaries certainly helps on this program here. Doing a nice job, Bryce. Grant, nice to have you here today. You know all about that zombie star. Yeah. Are you into zombie movies?
Not really.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
I usually work with computers because I'm mostly self-taught and I like to teach myself new things about it.
Yeah, and really, we really only learn something if we kind of do it ourselves. People guide us, but we've got to make that final push. So you're doing everything the right way. And you want to do something professionally maybe with computers, huh?
Yeah. I'm not sure what field exactly yet, but I know it would have to involve computers.
Yeah. Well, computers aren't going away. So you're going to be guaranteed some kind of employment, and hopefully you'll find something that's a good fit for your talents. Good to have you here. Walker Mill, nice to have you guys here. And you guys were alternates before, and now here you are playing the game. Does it feel natural, Angel? How's it feel so far?
It feels great to come back again because last time I really wanted to be it, but we already had people, so now I'm gonna get to be in it.
See, all that hard work and patience in life a lot of times will pay off. Tell us about Walker Mill. Where is it located?
Walker Mill is located in Capitol Heights.
Capitol Heights. It's a wonderful school. And who's your principal?
Miss Cripps.
Miss Cripps. And the sponsor of your team?
Our sponsor is Ms. Barrientos.
Ms. Barrientos. And Ms. Barrientos has been bringing us wonderful wonderful teams for many years. I know she was at Kenmore at one time before she went to Walker Mill. Tell us about any alternates on your team, Angel.
Our alternate is Renee.
And she will be out in just a few moments. And is it a she?
It's a he.
It's a he. I'm sorry about that. My apologies, Renee. Tell me something special about Walker Mill, Angel.
Walker Mill is just a big family. Whenever you have a problem or something, you always have someone to talk to. Any problems, it's just a huge family to have.
Wow, so it must be a real comfort to come to that school because everybody's got your back. That's a wonderful observation as well. And you're interested in medicine as well, aren't you?
Yes.
Just as Nana is over here, but you want to be a pediatrician.
Yes.
How did you narrow it down to that?
Well, first I wanted to be a chemist because I liked chemistry and lots of medicine and diseases and stuff. But then I decided that maybe I can go farther and try to help a specific place. And I thought children would be a great thing to start.
Absolutely. Children need so much guidance. And if you're a good role model, and you already are, that's going to be a nice fit. Good luck to you. You're welcome. Daniel, tell us the Daniel story. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I read books and play games.
Yeah, tell me what kind of books you like.
Like trivia or Guinness World Records.
Yeah, and that's really helpful in a game like this because you got to know a lot of different kinds of facts, and hopefully they're coming back to you. What do you want to do professionally?
Pursue a career in pharmacology.
Yeah, we were talking about that before. You have a great interest in the health of the human population here, and there's so many drugs out there that do so much good, but there are also some that do just the opposite. So we're going to have to get better at all this. You're going to be part of that. Olu, you were an alternate as well, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And this young lady helped to make Thanksgiving dinner. She did not invite us, but she made a wonderful turkey, I understand. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you share your secret? What makes for a good turkey? Is he really asking me that? Yes, he is.
Season it right.
Yeah. What kind of seasoning did you use?
Salt, paprika, use lots of peppers, cumin, things like that.
Yeah. Did you stuff the bird?
No, I don't like to stuff it.
No. In fact, that's not even healthy anymore. They recommend you cook the stuffing separately. What do you want to do someday if you don't become a professional cook?
I want to be an engineer, not sure which field, but something in STEM.
Wonderful. Yeah, and STEM is certainly in the forefront right now in terms of thinking and college investments too. Thanks for sharing that with us. Let's get back to our game. 65 for Walker Mill, 125 for Ogle. Lots of points to give away. Last correct answer came from Nana. So red team, let's go.
Science potpourri for 20, please.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, if someone practices dactyloscopy, they are investigating these that were at one time used more than DNA to identify us. Walker Mill.
Here.
Not hair, good try. Dactyloscopy. People who practice that are using these to identify people, which were used oftentimes before we used DNA for identification.
Can I pass it to Bryce?
Bryce.
And bite marks?
Fingerprinting. Fingerprinting. Dactyl, like pterodactyl. Dactyl was your clue there. No points that time. Go, Red.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. All right, teams. What do you call the time frame between the last frost in the spring and the first frost, the first frost in the spring and the last frost in the fall? What's that period known as? Between the frosts. That's the growing season. The growing season. After that first frost hits, you can kiss your petunias goodbye. Okay, go, Red.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for?
10.
10 points. Teams, ironically, artificial sweeteners leave this kind of aftertaste. Samuel Ogle.
Bitter.
Bitter, that's right. He was trying that answer out on Grant and Bryce, but you knew it from the beginning, Nana. Nice job. Go.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Math question for you, teams. Mars has gravity that is just 38% of Earth, which means a 200-pound man on Mars would only weigh how many pounds? Samuel Ogle.
64.
Not 64. Good try. Good try. All right. What do you think, Walker Mill? 38% is the amount of gravity on Mars compared to that on Earth. So a 200-pound man would weigh how much on Mars?
82.
76. 38 and 38. 38. No points. Go, Red.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. There's a funny commercial on television with a group of people playing a timed game of charades with this slowest of animals giving the clues, Samuel Ogle.
Sloth.
Sloth, that's right. Like in Zootopia, the sloth at the DMV. Go, Red.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, big word, simple answer. Encephalization has not advanced much in cattle or other herbivores in the past million years, meaning the size of what organ in those herbivores hasn't gotten much bigger. Samuel Ogle.
Brain.
The brain, that's it. Encephalization, that was your clue. Nice job, Bryce. Go, Red.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Big one in that category. Teams on Thanksgiving. If you were at Olu's house, she would have given you the wishbone. And when you pull that wishbone, you are pulling at the fused clavicles of the turkey. The clavicle is known by what other simple name? Samuel Ogle.
Neck bone.
Not neck bone. The clavicle is otherwise known as what bone?
Femur.
Collarbone. Collarbone. Fused collarbones. Fused clavicles. No points. Go again, Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, if you would, please, teams. On the slopes of Mount Kenya in East Africa, you will find these plants. They're bizarre looking. They're called groundsels. But if you notice, all of the leaves, after they die, they don't fall off the plant. They just get matted all around it, acting as a form of what to keep the plant warm? Walker Mill.
Insulation.
Insulation, yeah. It's cold up there at 14,000 feet. Go, green. Nicely done.
Any category. Okay. Science potpourri for 25.
Science potpourri for 25. Big one in that category. Teams Neil deGrasse Tyson succeeded Carl Sagan as the host of this popular science show. Samuel Ogle.
The cosmos.
The cosmos, that's it. Good, good. Go, Samuel Ogle.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, there is a new wristband for blind people that operates via echolocation. So it's Funny that the people who are wearing these wristbands are now being called by the name of this specific superhero.
Wait. Bats. Batman. Batman.
Batman, that's it, good. Go green. Angel was panicking there. I know it. We're going to give you time. Go.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. All right, teams. Back in 1958, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade had cranes that were taking the balloons along Fifth Avenue because there was a worldwide shortage of what gas that year?
Helium.
Walker Mill.
Helium.
Helium, that's right, good. Green.
Green things for 5.
Green things for 5 points. Teams in baseball, spring training in Florida is called the Grapefruit League. Spring training in Arizona is named for these prickly plants that live in the desert. Ogle?
Cactus.
The Cactus League. That's the Western version of the Grapefruit League. Red. Score update. Samuel Ogle 190, Walker Mill 105, advantage red. Go.
Dateline signs for 20.
For 15, did you say?
For 20.
For 20. 20. Visual question. Look at the monitor, please, for Dateline signs for 20 points. Team's Blue Origin is the name of a new space company, and this reusable spacecraft has been named after what first American who orbited the Earth? Angel.
Can I pass it over?
Dan?
Buzz Aldrin.
Not Buzz Aldrin, good try. First American to orbit the Earth. His name is on this new spacecraft. Who was he?
Neil Armstrong.
John Glenn. John Glenn. It's called the New Glenn. Try again, red.
Green. Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade for 25. Big one in that category. Teams, this book that I'm holding in my hand, Owen and Mazet, is about an unlikely friendship between a giant tortoise and a hippopotamus. This is a multiple choice question. Would you call that unlikely friendship interspecies friendship, intraspecies friendship, or species-specific friendship? Samuel Ogle.
Interspecies.
Interspecies is right, between the species. Well done. Go red.
Dateline signs for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, be careful if you buy a fidget spinner because some contain this toxic chemical element that we normally associate with paint and gasoline. Samuel Ogle.
Lead.
Lead is right, yes. Who knew a fidget spinner could be dangerous? Go red.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, in the center of your retina is something called the fovea, F-O-V-E-A. That is the area that is most sensitive to color because it contains these kinds of photosensitive cells. For 25 points, what are they? Ogle.
Cones.
Yes, sir. Cones they are. The rods are the ones that are sensitive to black and white. All right, we have 5 questions left. Choose, Nana.
Dateline signs for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, Igor Sikorsky designed the first viable helicopter, but he was indebted to what famous Italian artist who painted the Mona Lisa and designed a drawing of the very first helicopter. Who was he, Ogle?
Da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci is exactly right. Yes, sir. Go.
Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, if I told you that scientists have found that these farm animals can recognize people from their pictures, you would say, bah, humbug. Ogle.
Sheep.
Sheep, yeah. There were some sheep that recognized Barack Obama. Can you believe that? All right. The buzzer says on that note that our game is over. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just one moment. Don't you go away. Welcome back. We are so proud of our players here today. Up until that last question, everyone was giving it their all. They are just wonderful players. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Samuel Ogle and Walker Mill. Our final tally today is Walker Mill 105, Samuel Ogle 265. You're close to maybe a First County Championship. Grant and Nana and Bryce, Alicia and Brittendom, and Miss Pumphrey, congratulations. We'll see you in the next round. Let's see some big smiles over there. You guys played a super game. Olu and Angel and Dan and Renee. He's back there and he's doing this behind. No, he's not, Angel. Miss Barrientos is there and their principal. Miss Cribbs, thank you for being here to support these wonderful people. And thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. I'm Dave Zarin. Until then, bye-bye.